Hi, my name is Beatrice. I'm the Senior Curator of Fashion and Decorative Arts here at the Museum of London. And today we're doing our third installment of London's fashion alphabet. Today we're doing C, and C stands for corset. So this is one of two corsets we have that were made by Madame Roxey Caplin. It's on a form because it was on display, so we now keep it on this because that works really well for it. So Madame Caplin, she was actually born in the late 18th century in Canada, and then she came to London. She married a Frenchman who was a medical student, so hopefully would have known a lot about anatomy. And they started a business where they would be making corsets, but they also had gymnasiums, so where people could do exercise. And this corset here, we believe, was exhibited at the Great Exhibition in 1851. So it was an exhibition piece showing what she could do. So Madame Caplin wrote a book in 1856 which was called Health and Beauty, or Women and Her Clothing. So and it's a chapter about corsets, which is actually a very interesting read. You can get it online and have a look at it. So what she says that is she's not against corsets as such, and she's a bit annoyed that all these medical men are talking about corsets, and she says they have no understanding of the matter. She wouldn't say anything about medicine. They should keep their hands off corsets. But she does say a lot of the corsets are badly constructed. So what she's trying to do is construct a better corset. She's not against having them at all. So what her main thing is not to have a really big busk, steel busk at the front, because she thinks it makes you stoop. It presses on your body and makes you stoop. You can still sort of close it up at the front here, but it hasn't got any of the sort of really big busts that you sometimes see. She also claims she's been an inventor of this hook. People have said different things about these hooks. Sometimes people say they're there to keep petticoats from riding up, because you would have to wear a lot of petticoats and you don't want them to destroy your beautiful slim waist. Some people say it hooks to something in your bodice. Some people say it keeps the laces of your petticoats down. So I'm not quite sure where I'm sitting on this. I think they had different purposes in different periods. But what you notice when you look at this corset, apart from it being very, very small, is that it is actually quite light. So there isn't an awful lot of boning. Just a sort of few channels you can see, like here or here, where there would be a bit of boning. So it's actually really quite light, made out of silk on the outside, cotton on the inside. So it would actually, what one of her things is, the corsets are meant to fit the body, not the other way around. That's her thing. Now it is very, very small. So one of the things that is often misunderstood is you probably wouldn't have worn it laced up all the way like this. You probably, when you wore it, you had a bit of a gap here. So this gives a slightly wrong impression. We've sort of measured it earlier, and it's got a 19-inch waist if you wore it as it is now. So Roxey Caplin, she had this other idea that the corsets, that you don't have them all around your waist or just below your waist. You actually put them all together on a thick band, which you then attach with buttons to your corset. So that was another idea that she had. And her other corset that we have, that we think was shown in 1851, shows this kind of construction. So I just wanted to show you that as well. So we have three corsets in here, and this is another one of the Roxey Caplin ones. And I think this is what she's describing in her book. Now the book that I've looked at that's online is an 1864 edition, so it's a sort of revised edition. So this corset is sort of before she wrote the book, so I'm not, she might have modified her design a bit, and I might be wrong. This might be not what I think it is, but I think it sort of seems to conform to her description with the sort of three buttons. Well, thanks very much for watching, and please check in again next week when we're going to do D. You can also swipe up to see more of the fabulous objects in our collection.